Share it. Yes. Sharing is only stop. No, stop.
No,
Stop.
stop.
Below.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nausheen and I'm going to be your host this morning. Hello to everyone who's viewing this virtually as well, and thank you for being a part of the event. I'm so glad to be here today, and it's so nice to see all of you all present for the launch of digital NTTF. I hope everyone has had their morning cup of coffee or tea and are all geared up for this launch. Of course, we cannot begin any event without seeking the blessings of Almighty. Light is a universal symbol of truth, knowledge, and understanding. So I would please request Dr. Raguraj, Mr. Raja Gopalan, Mr. Sudarshan, Mr. Rajkotwala, and Dr. Shama Bhatia to please come on here and light the lamp.
Okay.
Please come, sir.
Yes, this.
Just 2 more weeks. Come back.
Please, light one more. Okay, light one.
So hold it. Just hold it. Yeah.
Thank you all very much. I would now like to invite Ms. Vijay Lakshmi, a member of NTTF, to please present the invocation song.
You're always there.
परम सुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमत्साधिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलं मचलम् सर्वधी साक्षीभूतम् भावातीतम् त्रिगुणरहितम् सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि.
Wow, thank you so much for that Thank you so much for that beautiful song. We truly do feel blessed. So let's get right to it, everyone. Today we are here to celebrate the digital revolution of a 60-year-old legacy, furthering their vision to become a premium institution in technical training and education, creating the most sought-after trainees through customer-focused programs that cater to the needs of our society. With over 200,000 plus curated content for over 120 subjects and 200 plus additional skills, Ed Santa joins hands with them. Being here clearly depicts our late nights and early mornings. A lot has gone behind making us be here today. It gives us immense pride and pleasure to say that we have worked towards the betterment of the future of India. We are thrilled to finally launch Digital NTTF, co-powered by EdSanta's Elite, and are super excited and looking forward to a skilled society. I will now invite key people without whom this event would not be happening. They all have played a significant role in the whole process and have been of great support. Mr. Amin Rajkotwala, a serial entrepreneur, startup business mentor, business turnaround strategist with vast experience in running businesses successfully. A stalwart in the hospitality industry, running pan-India companies and employing over 10,000 people, his interest also lies in the education, healthcare, and nutraceutical segments. With international experience and exposure spanning over decades, he has developed a keen foresight to spot emerging trends and be the front runner in utilizing the business potential of the future. I would now invite him to say a few words and give an opening speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Roshi. Honorable dignitaries of NTTF, Dr. Raguraj, Mr. Rajagopal, Mr. Sudarshan, Mr. Christopher Raj, who has joined us online, members of the faculty, and our very distinguished guests, Mr. Bhattacharya from Autodesk, Mr. Nachnani from Festo, Dr. Raghunathan from Registrar, Viggnans University. Not with us, unfortunately, but always amongst us, the late Mr. Parimal Gandhi. And hundreds of students, aspiring students, and well-wishers, guests, participating in the live broadcast of this event online. It is my proud privilege to thank you for the participation in this memorable event today. I'm honored to welcome you to the launch of the new avatar of NTTF, or should I aptly describe it as the launch of the digital NTTF version 1.0. The digital transformation of NTTF is the culmination of a dream envisaged by the visionary leadership of NTTF, led by Dr. Raguraj, and the man revered and addressed as Guruji, not just by me, but also by the multitude of his followers, the late Mr. Parimal Gandhi. Shama and myself also take immense pride in our team at Ed Santa, under the very able leadership of our CEO Rohan Krishna and COO Bhanu Prasad, who have all worked tirelessly together with the faculty and admin of NTTF to turn this vision into a public reality. A vision that will be the commencement of a new era of imparting education at NTTF. I cannot miss this opportunity to express my gratitude to the top management and leaders of NTTF for placing the trust in and selecting Ed Center Education to be the technology partners to bring about the transformational shift in the deliverance of education. As we all know, even though the world had already begun its advent into the use of modern technology to better their efficiencies and competitiveness, it was the disruption caused by the overwhelming shock and the stagnation of life brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic that became a catalyst compelling businesses to evolve into the sphere of digital transformation. In the education sector, the COVID-19 pandemic has had its effect on the billions of students worldwide. Learners at all levels in the world were and still are largely unable to go to their center of learning, be it schools, colleges, or university campuses. In such circumstances, education providers, just as other businesses, have been compelled to find a new method to mitigate the immediate impact of institution closures and facilitate education continuity. This not only gives rise, but also expedited the use of technology in education, generally referred to as digital transformation in education. The one thing about technology is that once it gets into you, it won't leave you. And believe me, when you accept it, you won't want to let it go. I have to look just a little ahead to see it creeping into education through technology. Look at mobile apps, the often long and tedious process of seeking admissions, and the long tense wait that follows could be resolved in a matter of minutes by sending in the application through a mobile app. AI and algorithms could analyze data submitted and be ready with the answer whether the applicant qualifies or not. Learning can be on the go through on the go apps, in trains, buses, during travel of any kind. I can see robotics playing their part along with IoT and machine learning, where data, systems, processes, and hardware integrate to analyze, create, and carry out tasks, however remote. I can see the remote and foolproof monitoring of examinations becoming possible through integration of these technologies. We are moving into cooperative and collaborative learning, where the teacher is not the only one imparting the knowledge, but also the learners themselves exchanging information, knowledge, ideas through online forums and communities, thus enriching each other while learning themselves. And there is adaptive learning, where the AI-driven system will gauge the capabilities and knowledge level of the learner and impart the curriculum to match the speed of the learner in bite-sized learning possibly through chatbots. I could go on and on, but I just spotted Rohan glancing at his watch. So let me leave technology to the technology experts and leave you to enjoy the experience of digital NTTF. Welcome again. Thank you very much.
Thank you for those wonderful words. I definitely cannot wait to see the product unravel now. Next, I'd like to introduce Dr. Raguraj, who actually needs no introduction. Dr. Raguraj has had a fulfilling journey from Kanchi Tool Room to NTTF. As a visionary leader, he played a vital role in building NTTF, which started as a small training center in a remote corner of Kerala, which today has blossomed into a multi-location, multi-discipline training foundation that spans across 14 centers. NTTF is an institution of excellence, which rightly defines him. He has encouraged various institutions to run similar diploma and certificate courses under NTTF's affiliation and supervision. He holds multiple other positions as chairman, director, and trustee of well-established companies in India as well as abroad. Holding a number of prestigious awards, his contribution to the field of training, engineering technology, industrial development, and skill development leading to employability is extremely noteworthy. I would now request him to please come on here and share his thoughts. Now, Harshita, please come on here and share your thoughts.
Good morning to everyone. Don't believe most of the words that Noshi just said. Sorry, I'm having a throat. It's been an excellent journey in ATTF, and he will be supported by all my friends with whom I have come into contact, or they have come into contact with ATTF. So all that I want to say is that it is not a single man's achievement of any kind. Yesterday I asked one of my colleagues, do you know the origin of NTTF? Unfortunately, I didn't get the right answer. So the NTTF is a living organism started by noble thoughts, good intentions, thousands of kilometers away from India. This was the first project across the seas. They were confined to Europe. And look at those people who thought it fit to take the risk and jump across, come to this part of India and start a program, the intention being to provide livelihood, decent living for the Indian youth. And the intentions are so strong. I want to repeat this. When the intentions are so strong, all that will follow that intention is nothing but success. You really don't have to work and run. Keep your intentions high, noble, gentle, sincere, honest. Then whatever you see in NTTF is on account of the strong intentions of a small group of people who stayed so many thousands of kilometers away and thought it fit to come to this part of India and assist and support. They had no idea when they walked in here, what would this NTTF be after 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Today we are just crossing 60 years. The first principal came in a boat all the way from Switzerland. And he traveled from Bombay to Cochin and looked at the catamarans and all our youngsters with no shirt, nothing, with the trousers, maybe there or maybe not there, jumping into the sea. How am I going to make living fruitful for them? What is it I can do to change their lives? Can I make them a good technicians? Can I make them a good watchmaker? So many thoughts must have been. And this gentleman, for your information, is still alive. He is responsible for bringing me here. So if you want to thank somebody for me to be associated with the NTTF, this gentleman, his name is Alfred Frickschnecht, and he still is alive. And I'm in touch with him too. He'd be very proud to see what we are doing because he had no vision of what we would be. Nobody had the vision of what it would be. All that they displayed was a strong intention. That strong intention is bringing younger group like Bandu, Rohan, Yangun, into our midst to make this an organization. A few days back we celebrated the Teachers' Day. The best teacher that has ever happened to walk along the globe of India, in the world, is the pandemic corona. And the lessons we learned, I don't think 6 months, 8 months back, we really thought about it. I used to attend seminars. We never used the word webinar. Now it's a webinar after webinar. We have to have an AI time managed webinar process by which all of us satisfy ourselves and the people. For all this, there are a lot of people, while they created this big tree as NTTF stands today, there are a lot of people who walked into this NTTF, who watered it, nurtured it, and made it
and making it what it is today. And we need to remember him with all our sincere, honest feeling that we can bring forth out is Mr. Parimal Gandhi. He has been a friend for me more than 35, 40 years. And I knew him as a simple 1-minute manager. As a 1 minute grew, can open it. And he became part of NTTF and he's part of whatever we are celebrating today. So it is, and he had made me remember him every day. When he did something, I did not know that this is at the back of his mind, that he wants me to remember him every day. You know how I remember him every day? Every morning I wear a jacket. This jacket is given by Pari. And not only this jacket, all the jackets I wear given to me by Pari. So he's a great man, and his intentions, his visions is part of the dream that we are facing today. And little going away from this today's important digital journey which youngsters are going to do, I want to introduce to you 2 books. This one book is called, Parimal is known for 1-minute manager. This book is called 1-minute nonsense. Right? Written by one Jesuit priest. And I got introduced to him about 30 years back. The first book I read about him is called Song of the Bird. Then Prayer of the Frog, 1. Prayer of the Frog, 2. Many times whatever I say in the NTTF meetings are some small stories from this book. And I don't want to just leave it like that. Because this has got, this morning when I was driving here, I noticed there's a strong Gujarat connection with this book. So Parimal is there behind this book as well 30 years back. This book is Gujarat Sahitya Prakash, there's a publisher, Gujarat Anand. And I want to just read the introduction by the author. Why I read this is every word is chosen with a lot of wisdom. And if I miss one word, wisdom is lost. The next sentence, the next word does not bring any meaning. So he's a Jesuit priest, as I told you. You know the Jesuit priests are high order priests, and this person, his friend, lived in India with me. I have met him also. The master in these tales is not a single person. I always used to think, whenever I used to be Tirukkural, Tamil, how can one man possess so much of knowledge? Right? He brings the Tirukkural into 3 parts. And normally all the spiritual books go to the 4th part, which is moksha. But he doesn't go to the 4th part. He stops Tirukkural with 3 parts, saying that if you follow the 3, moksha will automatically follow. So I don't have to tell you. So the master in this tale is not a single person. He's a Hindu guru, a Zen Roshi, a Taoist sage, a Jewish rabbi, a Christian monk, a Sufi mystic. He's Lao Tzu and Socrates, Buddha and Jesus and Muhammad. His teaching is found in the 7th century BC and the 20th century AD. His wisdom belonged to East and West alike. It will only take a minute to read each of the anecdotes that follow. You will probably find the master's language baffling, exasperating, even downright meaningless. This, alas, is not an easy book. It was written not to instruct, but to awaken. Concealed within its pages, not in the printed words, not even in the tales, but in its spirit, its mood, its atmosphere, is a wisdom which cannot be conveyed in human speech. As you read this printed page and struggle within the master's cryptic language, it is possible that you will unwittingly chance upon the silent teaching that lurks within the book and be awakened and transformed. This is what wisdom means, to be changed without the slightest effort on your part. To be transformed, believe it or not, merely be walking to the reality that is not words, that lies beyond the reach of words. If you are fortunate enough to be awakened thus, you will know why the finest language is one that is not spoken. Why the finest action is the one that is not done. And that the finest change is the one that is not willed. The author also cautions, take the tales in tiny doses. One or two at a time. An overdose will lower their potency. This is written like this. I recommend. There are number of books. One is the one I started with, the Sound of the Bird, and the Prayer of the Frog. 1, 2, A Way to God, 1 minute nonsense, which I have here. 1 minute wisdom, Contact with God, Call to Love. These are some of the books that is written. It's not a religious book. It is a spiritual book which all of you can glance it, hold it in your hand whenever. You have highs and lows, like the tides. So whenever you feel low, just open a page and see what the master says. And one of the webinars I recently attended, about 3 months back, a lady mentioned a book in that webinar. And I was wondering, why is she talking about this book? This is not a management book. This is not a spiritual book. But the book says, The Little Prince, the journey of the prince. I don't even want to describe this book because it will take away the excitement from all of you. When I'm reading this book, my grandchildren come to my room and tell them, Tata, what are you doing with this book? It's children's book. Why are you reading this? So I can't answer him. I only can think that one day you guys, when you grow up and as you grow, you'll find meaning in this book. And this little prince gives you lots and lots of wisdom. The gap between the way we are brought up and the gap between the way the elders think. I leave these two books. My office can, anybody interested, I will post this book for all of you who are interested. That's the only contribution I can do. Dimello and the author. There's a French translation of this other book, The Little Prince. Both the books are excellent. And as you start this journey, I still say, all that we see here, the good work of Rohan, Bonu, all this is content. And you need to move slightly above the content, then you will go to the context. If you see the context, in the right context, the content will automatically follow and make every one of you richer by the minute, richer by the hour, and richer by the day. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. And once again, my pronouns to my dear friend that this is his dream that's coming true, and all of you will jointly pray wherever he is. He's happy and blessing us. All the best. God bless.
Thank you so much for those wonderful words. Very insightful. That's the best that comes from the heart. Mr. Raja Gopal, joined NTTF in 1979. Inspired with an objective of providing employable, skill-oriented training for youth and also the capability of making precision tools and components. With his uncanny ability to understand the activities around him, he developed a passion to learn more and do more. Recognizing his positive attitude and being human, he got created as a mediator by the Bangalore International Mediation, Arbitration, and Conciliation Center in counseling and resolving the issues of different natures. So please welcome him on here with a huge round of applause.
Good morning to our listening here, listening to the digital mode. It's not what like Mr. Raj address the rest of all will be competent. It covers everything. Nothing leaves to others. Not to be frank with you, it's not like that. As a leader, how to extract the best of people is an ideal example. Through the challenge at you, he says, still I'm troubling you, He used the word when I joined, I'll chase you like a wolf. You today, he's chasing me like a wolf. Not in the sense to grab me, yes, you can run fast. The hidden potential of the individual, how to gather that and then doing it. So we all play a small role. I don't know anything about technical or digital, meaning nothing. Two kinds of people. Somebody writes poem, somebody finds fault in the poem. I'm the second category. Right? Recently, all must have seen one of they all sailing the boat. Everybody will be singing. Even if somebody puts his rope only in the air, it will be thought he is also contributing to the moment of this one. It's like me, I am doing this. Right. And he mentioned something book written. He has not touched the spiritual aspect of it. Again, as a critic, in one line he has written, means sorry, I'm going to the philosophy. Ultimately, because I have reached the age when I will think of only what would be the next birth, where it should be. Right? But in this journey, honestly, I can tell you, I'm totally blessed to be with LTTF and people like working under Raj tries to take best out of the individual. Try. So same thing I'd like to share with all people, the willingness, wisdom, okay, intentions, if it is going to be there, right people will come on right spot to take it forward and achieve what we want to do. Just one thing I close with. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rajagopalan, for those words of wisdom. Mr. Sudarshan is the Deputy Managing Director and Board Member of NTTF, spearheading skilling, corporate training in technical and soft skills, apart from leading IT reskilling and several COE at NTTF. Mr. Sudarshan has over 28 years of experience in operations management, lean management, and supply chain management across automotive, engineering, and multinational companies. He brings global work experience across key geographies in Asia, Europe, and America, including a diversified cultural experience through living in Germany and USA for many years. He also currently heads the CII Karnataka State Skill Task Force. So please welcome him on here with the huge round of applause.
Thank you very much. It's really very auspicious occasion for all of us. We are always telling 60 years of NTTF, right? No. 60 years has a very significance in our record. Most people, if you are aware, we count our manvantras. So there are 60 manvantras. So once you across all 61 mantras, then you need to undergo a recreation through Shasti Purti Shanti, what we call it as. And then we start another avatar. Because again, we are going to the same mantras, what it has been. So this for me is a new avatar of PPTF in a digital mode. So far, we have been doing in an excellent way in the skilling and on offline skilling, but we are taking to the next level in the next mantras which NTTF are going to face. So this is very, very significant for us. So NTTF for 60 years always been changing and adapting to the technology very fast and meeting the industry needs very fast. That's how the key unique strength of NTTF. We are very fast in adapting new things in a quicker way. If you are not aware, 20 years back, I think virtual classrooms were started where none of them were using all centers. India were connected virtually for taking the classes. So we were not waiting for the pandemic to happen. So to do this, we were already ahead of times. And also, all our students were given tabs, and now we are giving laptops. So this helped us to cope up through the pandemic very quickly. So where most of the other institutes struggled to impart training, so we were always ahead. In the digital learning, because of the pandemic, everybody is rushing into this digital mode. And we were a little bit delayed, but we are coping up very fast. Since we signed up with the Elite in March or so, within 6 months, we are already up and running, and the coming students can learn very significantly in this. You know, the sea of changes are happening. These millennials want everything at home, and all apps are helping them to whatever they want, they can get it at home. There were no Amazons delivering to you, and there were no Swiggies and Zomatos delivering food, and you can call a Ola or taxi at home and drive. So everything in your home. So you can do everything. So why not learn it? So that's how this journey is very important for us. And we are all geared up to impart next stage technology through this Elite platform. And I wish all NTTF colleagues and the students all the best in this journey. And not only this we are going to take, we can take it to any other country also, because everything is available online and we can venture into different challenges and succeed. And also, not only for NTTF diploma students, but also other corporate training and skilling can be brought into this mode, and the delivery can be digital. So with this, I conclude. Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you, Mr. Sudarshan. Next, we have someone who couldn't be present here in person, but we're glad to have him join us virtually. Mr. Christopher is a director and proud alumnus of NTTF. He graduated in Tool and Die Marketing in 1986 from Bangalore Center. He began his career in NTTF Electronics Center as a part of the Test Equipment SPM development team. He has, under his leadership, led various Indian and multinational operations and organizations to accomplish their business goals, including acquisitions, mergers, product transfers, and plant startups. He is deeply committed to excellence with a strong vision to create employment opportunities and make people employable. So please, we would request him to say a few words.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm sorry I'm not there in person, but I want to first remember Mr. Parimal Gandhi. I've spent quite a few moments, though it was short, very inspiring person, and learned quite a bit. And I think the pitch that he put in there is turning out to something very, very beautiful for NTTF now. I want to congratulate the EdCenter team and, of course, the support team from NTTF for bringing out this wonderful product. No, and any organization manages a lot of things digitally, but NTTF went to manage the delivery. Sudarshan already mentioned with the laptops, and the delivery is done online digitally, and even the evaluation is done digitally. And this was really appreciated by our exam board and our board members. So this is something that we have achieved. Now, I think we are stepping into another digital platform, which is a fantastic thing, because I always felt in my 3.5 years of experience at NTTF, these young minds, they really start focusing if if we create curiosity in them and inspire them, and then they know what the purpose is. And once you do that, they really start focusing, and that's the way forward. And I'm sure the way, as much as I know what Santa has done, I think it's going to create this, and it's going to create a lot of enhanced learning and self-learning, which is the vision of lifelong learning. So this is fantastic news for all of us. And the other most important thing is our MD, Dr. Raguraj, always had this vision of becoming digital. I think this is going to get closer to that. Of course, we have a few more things to do, but then we are getting closer. So I want to thank my colleagues and principals and faculty. They have done a fantastic job of adapting to going digital in terms of delivery, evaluation, and what we have done thus far. But now I really urge them to use this product and take our learning to the next level. And it's going to be of great help to our students, so, and faculty, of course, and all the other stakeholders. So I want to wish you all the very best, and thank you so much for this opportunity to talk.
Thank you for being present virtually. So now, after all these digitalization talks, I think we should just jump to the main event of the day, the reason why we're all here. So it's now time to launch Digital NTTF, to watch the product unravel and come to life. I would please request Dr. Raguraj to come up here and do the honors.
Great pleasure.
So we're launching, everyone. So let's have a round of an applause. officially live. And now it's time for something I'm super excited for, seeing how this product works. So let's invite the A team, Mr. Rohan Krishna, CEO, and Mr. Bhanu Prasad, COO, whom most of us here know. I'm sure a lot of you all have had endless conversations with them both. So let's invite on here the main heart, soul, and brains behind the product as they walk us through it and show us how it works.
Or the first thing you do is unseat the lady.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to all the dignitaries, guests, entities, members of NTTF, Ed Santa team, and all who have joined us virtually through Zoom and people who are streaming us on YouTube. We are experiencing something very advanced with digital NTTF. Did you know 20 minutes? 20 minutes is the attention span of an adult. 20. And how many lectures do you do in a class? 12. 6, 8. What happened to the minutes which have gone and the student was mentally not present in the class? So this is not about having a platform or having a system to deliver or teach online, but it is one of the best buddy, best system, best tool any faculty, any student, any institution can experience. So let me quickly begin with the different sides and the different user experience. Let's see the students. Every student in NTTF have their own personal user ID, login ID and password. So let's say if I log in as a student, what do I get? First thing is you go to your classroom. What is this classroom? What Elite does is that it takes your entire curriculum, entire program, takes up the entire curriculum, and it stitches it along for a student to be ready to learn anytime. So for example, I'm in diploma in mechatronics engineering and smart factory. I'm in semester 3. So automatically I get to see the subjects which I need to cover in semester 3, the different subjects. Right? Now let's say I'm going inside a subject. I'm going under the industrial and electronics. So a student gets to see how much content he or she would need to go through to cover the curriculum aspect. Right? So there are 13 articles, 71 videos, one quiz right now is there, 60 documents, and how many students inside. We are talking about not just subject or a skill. We go from a subject to a topic to subtopic to even under examples, and for each and every topic content, we bring in relevant content in form of videos, articles, so that student can anytime, remember the 20 minutes remaining time, they can experience that if they have this time. I bet a lot of people right now, even coming out of institutions, don't remember Laplace transformation. Sorry if there is no one from mathematics here. You will know.
Research solves the huge issue of power transfer from a generating station to consumers located far away. Traditional AC power transmission space.
So this is how, right? Every topic, every experience we have, our teams, the SMEs, the subject controllers from NTTF, we have gone through content. So what machine said was 300,000 content. Well, 300,000 content is in the system, but we have gone over millions of content. We know more about the topics and subjects, which is available outside right now, for each and every topic and subject and programs. There are very fantastic features, functionalities which are available here for students. Well, I have seen the content, I would like to share it, my friend. You can do that right away from here. You can go, you can share it with your friend, you can even share it with your faculty, you can ask questions with them if you have. In fact, not only that, you can even go and you can create your own notes. Often we have that one night study is mandatory for everyone during the exam, right? Well, you have your note section, you can write anything, save your notes, go back, access the content. And you're not only going to read the content, but you can physically see how things are working out. You can put your own ideas, you can in fact explain it on your words. There's another research which says that 92% of students, especially in India, are not able to score good in exams because they are most of the time trying to remember the grammatical pronunciations and explanations of the topic. We have to eliminate that. You know how it runs, you can write it. Right? That's what we're trying to do. Apart from that, there are many other things. There are articles, there are blogs, there are podcasts, everything comes into the system. Moving to the next part. Practice test. So there are quizzes at the chapter level. Anytime you can go and practice yourself, see the strengths of your knowledge. You can go and you can even access the practice test. Then you do the practice test. So there is a quiz here. Every chapter has quiz. We can go and we can check out the practice level. A student can take any number of time practice at the subject level, at the topic level, right? And it's not to kind of anchor or evaluate a student. It's to help a student improve further. Right? That's the capability which comes in here, whether it's an electrical circuit or whether it's a diode. You have everything here from image, what kind of questions you want, everything comes into the picture, for the student. Next, we come to the field. Another important fact. Do you know that today in India, youth, 5.5 hours is the social media spend time every day. 5.5 hours. Field wants to take out 15 minutes from that. And how it does? It shows you the 2 videos or the 5 lectures or an article which you can go and watch, which is related to your subject. That's what we're talking about. The next subject, next thing if you want to go is achievers. What is achievers? You get a complete view of who is performing how. Right? So for example, these are a few members who have already been using it. You get to see how you're performing in your section, in your program, in your center, this week, last week, all time. You can even send appreciations to people or your friends. In fact, you can go to the Blackboard data and you can see what they are studying, what kind of content they are studying, what they are watching, what they are learning, so that you can also tap up. Right? All those capability comes here. Next is what we have is jobs. So the entire vision of starting of Elite was how can we make students know exactly what is going to be the outcome. Right? What is going to be the outcome?
Yeah, possibly. You're not shared in the Zoom meeting.
But is it not coming in the video?
No.
Okay.
You have to screen here. Share the screen. Yeah, desktop is.
Okay. I'm going to start with jobs again. So the job sections is where the uniqueness comes in. Where for each and every student, we let them know that once you are in a program, what can be your career outcomes? Which jobs you can land. And by the way, these are all fresh jobs which are open right now. Student can see it. Not only seeing that, students can also see what additional skills are needed. By the way, most of the jobs are looking for additional skills. Right? So all those visibilities here, and by the way, you can only apply to this job from here, from digital entity here once you are qualifying for it. You are in 5th semester. I think you guys are going in 5th semester. So that's where only you are going to be ready to apply for jobs. But just not that. We will also help you to reach to be ready to apply for jobs. How? we have something called placement model. It starts as early as from second semester. It has personality behavior, it has behavioral kind of etiquettes, how to sit in an interview, how to talk, how to go over a group discussion. There are a lot of content. It becomes part of your curriculum because nurturing and making you ready for interview cannot happen in one semester. It starts from second semester. And this is fun to watch. It's even, forget about the placement. You will still build the behavior etiquettes, start talking to different people, all this. In fact, there are at least thousands of quizzes, aptitude tests, personality tests, reasoning tests, logical reasonings. Everything comes into the system and for students to access. You keep doing it, you will definitely reach the success.
Additionally, the skills which are addition to what is available here, there are additional skills which are there, which will come into it. Can be, and those are the skills which are shortlisted by the NTTF faculty, which the students would need apart from what is being taught at NTTF.
It's over 200 skills which the faculty member, the placements they have selected, starting from artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, even fitness. Anything which you want to learn and access, you have all extra content. You have 50,000 plus free courses available from different institutions to add additionally to your.
One thing you have to say, how this place your mouth.
So moving to the next section is your notes. While you see notes, whatever you have written, you can access anytime. And finally, even you get notice board. All announcements from faculty is visible here. Everything you can see, what is deadlines, anything which is coming out from institution, everything is visible here. Entire learning is through app as well. So we even have the NTTF digital NTTF app as well available for students to go and start learning. So you will be tracked. Now, I'm sorry. And we'll see how. So now let's move to the faculty platform. It's honestly there are more features, but I was time boxed.
Yeah. So the one more important thing is so for a student, like Rohan also mentioned earlier, so it will act like an advisor, buddy.
Yes.
So to complete when they are lagging behind, when they know that they are not able to watch something, okay, they know it tracks when they are actually active, so that it pops up only during that time to watch this video, and everything related to their own curriculum course, so that the students have a partner with them all the time, okay, who is guiding them, helping them, telling them what to do, okay. And it's again, everything is driven by the faculty also.
Voice activated.
Sorry.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
So what the unique part, what we mentioned here, that every student has his or her personal journey defined. Everyone, whether he or she is from Kerala or from Jamshedpur, every student has their own AI-built personal advisor, which advises them. These are the 5 articles you should read. These are the 3 videos you have to watch. You did not log in last week and did any content. You are lagging from your curriculum. You are 15% completion. All those things happen. So a student, let's say, has gone for a vacation. When he's back, he or she will be knowing that, okay, I have missed stuff. So rather than they going and finding, the personal advisor goes and finds the student and gives them the right content so they can access anytime. Right? That's the unique proposition which we bring in for each and every student, even for the faculty member. They also have a kind of reminder system if they're running behind the schedule of delivery of any classroom or any sessions or any program. All those capability comes in. Now coming to the faculty account, since I was talking, there are 3 key elements for any faculty, any teacher. First, how can I add more content, more experiential, more relevant content, and share it with my student that they can further get better understanding for them? Isn't that what you all look for as a faculty? If I could have find that video which can explain this theory, maybe better. And we come across, but we struggle to have the capability of sharing with all of them. The first thing gets addressed here at a top priority. Every faculty get to see, their syllabus, whatever they are supposed to kind of teach, which are centers they are teaching, what all things are there in the program, right? They have all visibility to that. They can even make suggestions to add additional content to that, and it can be definitely kind of reviewed by the subject controllers and can be modified. At the same time, every faculty member get the capability of managing content. So if you are a faculty and if you have come across a video today morning, which is very relevant for your lecture today, it will take you less than 60 seconds to add and share it with your students. Less than 60 seconds. You just need to go, for example, if I click on the add video, I'm just showing this capability. If you click on add video, if I click on the link, you just need to enter the link. Set the, even if you want a specific amount of time, you can select the partial video, you can enter the time frame from this minute to this minute, and that gets added into this. All those capability comes here. If you have recorded one of your lab practicals, you can do it and you can add it here. If there is something which is happening for corporate clients, especially for related to trainings or different equipments, it can be done and it can be added. It can be shared and it can be accessed by any user, any student in terms of accessing content. Next, before library, the second important part is knowing how your students are doing. Isn't that very important? People do something called reports, and this is visible to everyone. Starting from center level report of different centers, to program level report, to section level report, subject level report, down to one student at any part of the world is reported. You can have a bird's eye view anytime. That's the capability. You can see how a student from one of your section has spent time, what kind of content they have completed, how they have scored in marks, have they completed the quizzes, have they completed the tests, have they completed the placement module, additional skills, have everything is visible. That's your as a part of the faculty kind of reporting system. Third is the capability to further enhance yourself. It doesn't mean that learning never stops, we all know, right? So if we want to, as a faculty, enhance our skills further, know better in the topic, know additional topics, right? There you go. You have the entire content visible for you. Apart from this, any faculty can go and access content for over 800 skills and over 700,000 content for you to access. Everything comes on the page for you. It's completely up to you how deep you want to go and how further and faster you want to go. All those capability comes in here. You can have user control, you can, in fact, in less than 5 minutes, NTTF can officially launch a new program using digital NTTF in less than 5 minutes. So I think I've been shown as well the timer is clicking out, and with this I will definitely pause myself because it will take minimum an hour and a half to go through each and everything. But it's live, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. It's completely live. We have started using it. Very soon, the students will start getting their accesses as well. And very soon, you will also start seeing the achievements of students and how well they're kind of grasping and building up. So welcome to the digital NTTF. And we look forward to making it to a new echelon of success, not only in India, but taking it forward. Thank you very much. By the way, one more thing. No product can be testified without users' feedback, right? So we have one of the faculty members from NTTF, Aparna Madam, who is going to come and share her experience of using the product. Aparna, please.
Hello everyone, I am Aparna, a mechatronics staff. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to express my view here. It's a very beautiful day here. It's very beautiful day here, and I'm glad and I'm delighted to share it with you all. So first of all, I need to accept the fact that 15 years ago, when I started pursuing my technical education, at that time I didn't have any such kind of my online learning platform. But now, standing at NTTF, I feel the trainees are lucky enough. The NTTF trainees are lucky enough to have one such online learning platform of their own, that is digital NTTF, where trainees can access it at any time, anywhere. So as a staff, I got the opportunity to go through this digital NTTF platform, wherein one can explore each and every subject, each and every topic, and they can access the e-material, they can access the videos apart from state-of-art NTTF material. So it is all in one single platform, I can say. So it also suggests the additional reading, additional videos, or you can take the quizzes as well as the end user. Then most importantly, as a teaching staff, I can say I will be in the better position to guide and counsel the trainees who are lagging in their training, who are lagging in their studies due to the accessibility of this digital NTTF, wherein we can see the reports as well. So who is lagging, who is leading. So I can better counsel them who are lagging in their studies. And I will find even more interesting when a mechatronics trainee or a mechatronics student can access the computer course material or tool and die course material, everything on the fingertips and vice versa. This is a very, very interesting thing which I have never seen anywhere. And so I hope digital NTTF will be made easily accessible through mobile app, so that we can have added benefits at our fingertips. That's even more easy. Now we are at website right now, so it will be sooner in the digital app, so that it will be at the fingertips. So at this point of time, majorly, I want to urge the staff fraternity that we have to help boost this digital NTTF by usage by our trainees at the fullest pace, so that the trainees can identify their skill gaps and they can establish their gaps. So I want to end my thought process about this digital NTTF with a small quote: an investment in the knowledge will yield better interests or the best returns. Thank you, one and all. Now, I invite the end users, the real end users, Ms. Anchal, to share her experience.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anshul Anand from Mechatronics and Smart Factory Department, CP15. I'm currently pursuing my second year and going to third year. I would like to thank the concerned people for giving me this great opportunity. NTTF Elite is a well-crafted, professionally designed platform where there are clear menus and categories which are easy to navigate. I really love the way everything is being put up. I even love the way when NTTF is encouraging people to learn different technical problems or technical courses by different methods. NTTF Elite is a great platform for it. Being a mechatronics student, I also gain access to other subjects or other departments' syllabus to gain more knowledge. This is a new era where you can't teach people everything they need to know, but the best thing you can do is question them where they can need what to know. Thus, internet is used. This website will give various opportunities for the trainees to learn and explore more content irrespective of their syllabus. Thank you.
Where are you from? Which part of India?
Bangalore, sir.
And you studied in which school in Bangalore?
Harvest International School. It's there in Cooperative.
Good. Excellent.
morning all. I'm Piyush Bhagwaj from Mechatronics Department CP50, and I'm here to share my views on NTTF Elite. NTTF Elite is a well-designed software, and it's a user-friendly platform, and it also is a next step for digital NTTF. During the pandemic, we saw the importance of online learning, and this is where this website comes in important role. So it plays an important role as it organizes all the data in one place and helps the student to navigate and search the useful materials and courses which is available on the internet. Talking about my experience with this product, it was wonderful using this product as a student is not bound with only working and getting access to their content, and they have an access to other contents and the various programs which is running in NTTF. And job section attracted me the most as it makes the student ready for the course from the very starting, and it gives them the skills and develops their skills for the which is required by the company and helps them in the placement track the placement materials. So overall, it is a very good platform for great learning and help them to have a great catch on the subject. Thank you.
Best thing said about this online is that the students can switch off when the lecturer is not anymore interested. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Rohan and Panu, to take us through this amazing product. Cannot wait for everybody to start using it and hear from everyone what their experience is going to be like. Thank you, Ms. Aparna, Piyush, and Anchal for sharing your experience with this product. So as we proceed now to the last part of the event, let us capture this day and script the history. We have amongst us Dr. Shama Bhatia. She has an unparalleled professional track record and has been committed to education and changing lives for the better. She has taught at some of the finest universities around the world and has straddled life across 3 continents with ease. Dr. Bhatia has made immense contributions as a consultant to global corporations in the fields of leadership training, multinational finance management, organizational planning, and business process re-engineering with IT implementation. She has worked on several global projects in the field of privatization of public sector enterprise and is an international speaker and facilitator and coach of great repute. I would now like to call upon Dr. Shama Bhatia here to share her thoughts and give a closing speech. Please welcome her with a huge round of applause.
A very good afternoon to you all. What a beautiful day this is. About 6 years ago, I had the proud privilege of being among 2 friends, more than anything else, who had tremendous respect for each other's capabilities. Dr. Raguraj and Parimal Gandhi were sitting one afternoon in Dr. Raguraj's conference room. And Dr. Raguraj's vision was articulated that day. He said, I'm going to give you 15 of my top guys to take NTTF into the 21st century. 2 years, 3 years into this, and Parimal took on that challenge. And 2-3 years into it, with several high-level trainings, we got a vision, mission, and value statement for NTTF of the next century, of the 21st century. Within that was articulated the need for going digital, the need for being able to include village schools, village students, rural populace, being able to go international, being able to ready the entire student body and the faculty for facing the 21st century challenges. And as we see, and I get a hair-raising experience when I think of all that was said in those rooms through these 2 years about what was articulated as such a huge challenge. Oh my God, we have been a traditional learning institution, and how, and people don't even know how to work with computers, to taking in a matter of less than 6 months this entire organization and its great history online. That's such that all teaching in a matter of 6 months from now will only happen through online and digital entity. That is a massive leap for an organization which has been traditional in its expression, and especially in technical education. Technical education in particular requires, I remember growing up, not even being able to draw a pyramid because I couldn't envision one. My son could draw a pyramid because right from the age of 3, from the time that he could use a pencil, he could already see structures on the computer which were pyramidal, and he could draw one because he could see one. So today, what I saw here and what I know about the product is that, anyone looking at a circuit is not just a bunch of theoretical equations, but you can actually see that in action and how it works, and that makes the whole learning so much more fun, so much less drab, and so much more user-oriented, and so much more meaningful. So that is the power of digital NTTF, and that's where we are taking all our students, that's where we are taking the faculty, and removing the burden of communication out of the equation, so that no matter how well or not so well you communicate as a facilitator, your student never gets disadvantaged because of that challenge. And apart from that, all that you know about the subject matter can still be transmitted in a beautiful way and in a very engaging and enlightening and a light atmosphere where there's no disciplining the student in a particular way. Of course, we all need discipline at times, and that discipline should continue in form of reporting and all of that. But it's a much more conducive teacher-student relationship than was hitherto. So with that said, that's all about the head. I'm going to move into something about the heart. And the heart of this piece, so Dr. Raguraj is the vision, the eyes of NTTF. I'm sure Mr. Albert Fisherman would be, wherever he is, God bless him, would be so proud to see this vision, articulated in this manner, taking something so simple into such a complex galaxy that, like Dr. Raguraj said, intention is everything. Yes, intention is everything. That is the greatest beginning that you can make for anything. But taking this intention into execution requires tremendous leadership vision, which of course NTTF has had the good fortune to have in a person like Dr. Raguraj, where he's able to envision things. We had to make, at Santa, we just had to make a half an hour pitch to Dr. Raguraj about the product. And before we knew it, he had absorbed more than all of us and asked us to place features in there that we couldn't even at that point envision. So that's the man who's taken the intention to execution and implementation at the right time, in the right place. And that is why NTTF enjoys the reputation of being a leader in its field as we stand today and for the last 60 years. So that is the vision and the eyes. Then there was this heart piece that Parimal brought into the equation. And from the day that this whole elite or NTTF was articulated, Parimal has not rested even a single day. He sat with the elite team and pushed them and pushed them and pushed them to see that every single aspect was looked into, curated, understood by him first before it could be taken anywhere. And God bless him where he is today. He sits there amongst us, a star. For me, he was my mentor, my guide. He meant a lot to me. And everything that I know about teaching and learning, a lot of it came from him. It's an extremely difficult thing for me to say that, I miss him, but it's very difficult for me to see this happen without him because it meant so much to him. On the day that he passed on, I was holding his hand and he said to me, remember me, Dr. Raghunath, give him the gift of entity equity. These were some of his closing thoughts as he closed his eyes that day. The man lived for bringing education, for furthering the cause of people, lived selflessly throughout his life, and for not a moment stopped being ready to teach whoever, to grant whatever he knew of life to anyone that stood in front of him, in a very quiet, peaceful, wise, and extremely caring atmosphere. He could laugh like I haven't seen anyone laugh, with full heart, and all of that. He sits there now like a star that he always was. We decided at Center Education to actually make him a star. So we have devised the tech team at NTTF or at Santa decided to name a star in the galaxy, in the actual universe, in the name of Parimal. And so today we, in his memory, named this star Parimal. It's in the Scorpion constellation, and the live location is on this. And perhaps in this Center for Lifelong Learning, which was one of the first steps in moving into the 21st century, we shall perhaps put this plaque somewhere so that we have it. Apart from this, I also want to, in his memory, and as his partner and managing director of the Academy of Human Intelligence, want to. So here is the star. Okay, for anyone who wants to view this star, you can go into the bit.ly // Parimal Gandhi, and you can see him shining there as a legacy. So that said, for all that NTTF gave to him and for all that NTTF meant to him, Parimal mandated me to institute, and in fact, there was a discussion even prior to his passing on that he would like to institute certain awards for time immemorial, for as long as I live and as long as I can further that through a trust, institute 3 awards for NTTF. One will be for an outstanding student, one will be for an outstanding faculty, and one will be for an outstanding elements. So we shall do that in another ceremony. But I just wanted to announce this today because it's not been even 6 months that he is gone, and here we are. And I thank the elite team for actually, actualizing this dream on the spot before the starting of the next semester. That was his mandate. I want to go live, and knowing the kind of content that is now sitting in here, you can imagine the hours, sweat and blood that this team has put to even bring this together in a matter of literally 3 months. From signing the contract to execution to delivery, 3 months. And that's a phenomenal thing that you guys have achieved. So congratulations to that. As part of your board and as part of your team, I'm extremely proud about this achievement. And wouldn't have happened without Manu and Roman. And beautiful. Yes. Whoa! Both captains. is also Monica here today with us from that team. This girl works and does nothing else but works for furthering our cause. So I'm very thankful to you as well, Monica. And one more last thing, I would like to commemorate this beautiful day with a little plug for NTTF Digital. Can you go ahead? A warm welcome to Digital NTTF.
Many a times you don't know what you're doing, but we see that.
Thank you so much. And thank you for this time and opportunity. Thank you, Noshi, for a fantastic work.
Thank you so much. I would now just request everyone to please stand up for the National Anthem.
नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of your time just to say thanks to everybody present here. So please do have a seat. I would like to take this opportunity to place on record a hearty thanks to everyone contributing to this big day. Thanks to our dignitaries present here today, Dr. Raguraj, Mr. Raja Gopalan, Mr. Sudarshan, Mr. Christopher, who was present virtually. Thank you, Mr. Rajputwala, Dr. Bhatia, and late Mr. Parimal Gandhi for always extending your support. Special thanks to the faculty members for their effort on going the extra mile with us. Mr. Shankar, Mr. Gori, Mr. Enoch, Ms. Shraddha, Mr. Manu, and all the SMEs who contributed by reviewing the contents, and also want to thank Ms. Pavitra for coordinating with our team. They were all right behind the entire team to help this day become a success. So we thank all of you and we look forward to your continuing support. I also extend my thanks to all the guests who took out time and are present here today with us, the teachers, the students, and all of those who have joined us online. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a successful launch event like this does not happen overnight. The wheels started rolling weeks ago and it requires planning and bird's eye details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated members in our EdSanta team. So thank you team for taking up every task and completing it so well. Thank you everybody, and I know all of you are now hungry and waiting for lunch, so we can break for lunch and I request all of you to proceed to the auditorium for lunch. Thank you very much, and let's get this digital NTTF going, and thank you for being present.
Guys, what married you discouraged me a little bit.
I could have waited for 4 years.
4 years ago.